Most people don't have discipline. I'm gonna keep you 100. Like most people have average or medium or below average discipline. There's very few people you're gonna meet in this world that they're very disciplined, that they get up every single day, they have their purpose, like they handle their business, their actions match everything they say. There's not a lot of people like that. If I tell my woman I'm gonna go to work, I'm going to work. If I tell my woman I'm gonna take care of this, I'm gonna handle this, he's gonna actually do it and not just tell you something you want to hear and his action reflects something else. And that's a lot of mentality, a lot of people. If you don't have discipline in your life, you're not going to be able to do anything in life. You can't just be lazy and be nonchalant because you can't be responsible without discipline. It's impossible. Like responsible people, they're very disciplined. They're very committed. If they're going to do something, they're going to do it. And that's what relationships are. It's two people coming together and committing to each other and say, hey, everything I do for you, I mean it. You know, we're gonna build this life together. We're gonna, you rely on me to handle my responsibility. I rely on you to handle responsibility. You shouldn't have to tell me what to do as a man. Like you shouldn't have to nag me to get up every morning, go to work. You shouldn't have to nag me to handle my responsibility. Like that's something that's within. I should just do it. Like same thing I shouldn't have to tell my woman to do this or do this. Like we should know our roles and just have that responsibility. And kindness is just something that we should already have just based on how we grew up. Like, we shouldn't have to spend like a whole life learning how to be kind. That's something that we already knew growing up, but we have to spend a large amounts of our life learning how to be disciplined. Because you have to be disciplined in this world, and especially if you live in America, and to be able to get a house, have a house, have a family, and provide. That takes a lot of work from a man, and a lot of guys nobody's ever taught them, or they're not working on that. They're working on partying, drinking, and doing all these things that doesn't benefit their life. So,
and for a woman, would you agree that that ambition that goes both ways? Like that discipline needs to happen both ways?
Yeah, exactly. So discipline also goes for women as well, to be a great wife, be a great partner, also be a great mom, also. Whatever you want to do for yourself, if you have goals and dreams, discipline also goes to it. But in a relationship, like you have to rely on the other person to do what they're gonna say. Like I know a lot of relationships where the other person totally nags the other person. I don't know if you guys know people like that. Relationships where the partner, whatever it is, the guy, the girl, just nagging the other person. Hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. And the other guy, and you can just tell it's not unhealthy and toxic relationship. Like if you have to tell somebody to do something for the betterment of the relationship to work, for the betterment of the kids, of the family, then clearly there's something with that person that there's a deeper issue. But everything to be, like I said, like to be a mom and to be a dad. I know a lot of people, because we live in a day and age now that being a dad and a mom is just like, it's so common now. People have kids like 18, 19. I'm a dad, I'm a mom. But people just having kids. And all I'm saying is like, people just having kids like, just having kids like out of nowhere. But do people really know the responsibility that comes with being a father? Do people really know the responsibility from having a mom? I don't think when people have sex, they don't think about that stuff. People are just looking for the temporary pleasure, but they don't realize the accountability and responsibility that comes with it. Like if you're gonna have sex and have a kid, you do know that that's a lot of responsibility that's gonna come when that kid is born. And the question is, are you at a point of your life right now as an 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old kid, are you at a point of your life to handle that responsibility?
And that's where we need more vulnerability with men. Open these talks about sex with your parents, like talk about all your emotions so that you're not put in that really even more vulnerable situation of having a child and you're not maybe financially stable or where you want to be or what situation you want to have for your kid. So
I don't think it's the vulnerability. I think it's teaching men to handle the responsibility. Hey, if you want to have sex, like if I have kids one day, if I have a son, I'm gonna teach him, hey, dude, like let him know, like, hey, because I can't control my son what he does. Like I'm not gonna be there with him all the time. But I'm gonna let him know.
Like you can come to me if you want to.
No, I'll tell him. I'm just saying, hey, if you do have sex one day, just know there's responsibility behind it. I'm gonna let him know, like, you better handle that. Don't come to me, like, handle your choices as a guy. It's like, it's sad because it's sad. I know friends right now that never grew up with a dad, that never grew up with a mom, because the dad wasn't ready to handle a kid when that kid happened, and he ran away from it. It's sad, but that's life. And then that kid has to grow up like a father, and has a lot of issues because people are not ready for the responsibility for the choices they make. So, like, you can do whatever you want, but just understand, especially when you decide to have kids one day, but just understand that that's a lot. People just say mom and dad like it's so casual. Oh, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, but like, do you really know what you're signing up for?
Yeah, that's a huge commitment.
Yeah, but people don't see it that way. But then when reality hits, right? But when reality hits, oh shoot, like I actually gotta go to work now. Actually, oh shoot, I can't go party with my friends no more. Oh wait, I can't smoke weed no more all day and do nothing. I actually gotta step my game up. That's when your masculinity, and that's when that you really got to tap into yourself. A lot of guys aren't ready for that, or they weren't taught that, and they just do what everybody does. They flee, fight or flight. The fight or flight. The fight or flight response.
Oh, the brain, y'all are more, we can control.
Yeah, but we
I
all,
don't
but
know.
most,
That's like in a life or death situation.
no, but no, it's just common that most people will always pick the easiest route. When it comes to life, there's only people who are very disciplined that will pick the hardest route. For most people, if it came to handling a kid that they just met with a girl that just doesn't really have a full commitment relationship with, and he had a child, it's easier for him just to leave. And especially in today's dating culture and in modern society, that's normal. It's normal. Like that's a normal thing now, just to leave. So that's a culture we live in. So
let's try to change that.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I do believe a lot of men need to hear that. Like, because I meet guys all the time, like they've never been, like they never had that masculine energy, or they never had a dad or that father figure in their life to tell them, hey, this is what you do as a man. This is what you need to handle your responsibility as a man. If you choose to be with a woman, you need to commit to her. Some guys like would just be in a relationship and think it's okay to be with other women, and they think it's cool because it's like it's a thing now. It's a trend. It's what everybody's doing, just having fun and doing this. But that's why like a real man would sit down like, no, this is your responsibility. This is what you're supposed to do. And I just see today that there's not a lot of that no more. So we get our advice from TikTok. we learn how to be a man through social media, and social media is not the place you should be looking for if you want to become the best version of yourself. Like you should get that from from men that are actually living that life and are committing to their woman and building family life. So